81 to 10.
I'm all forward phasers. Sir, there's a second Romulan ship decloaking dead ahead. It's launching torpedoes. Damage to decks 11 through 15. Reports of casualties. I'm all photon mechs. Mr. Chow, continuous evasive action. Handling, fire at will.
Aye, sir.
Shields are buckling. Won't breach on deck 9. Keep firing, Handling. Let's do as much damage as we can. Computer, reset program. Your first command together was less than successful. You are all dead. It was a no-win situation. What were we supposed to do? Can anyone answer that question?
I thought we went by the book.
I certainly did everything I could possibly do. My evasive action sequences cannot be faulted.
At least we went out with our phasers firing.
Mr. Garrett,
Additional life support has arrived.
do you have something to add? What does it matter? It matters, because if you do not learn from your mistakes, you will be doomed to repeat them. I was in command. Put the blame on me. The crew was just following my orders. And have you reached the conclusion as to your error? I thought I did everything I could. We were just outgunned. See, did the possibility of retreat not occur to you? Retreat? I can't believe you'd say that. The strongest tactical move is always the one in which you will reap the highest gain at the lowest cost. Going out with phasers firing may seem heroic, but in the long run it is merely foolish. Retreat is often the best possible option. Well, Mr. Tuvok, once more you've proven your point. We're just not Starfleet material. Are we dismissed? Sir? Dismissed. Computer, exit.
I feel that my services as morale officer are required.
I assure you, you are wrong.
Oh, really? 1, no cup of tea. 2, no pad. 3, you're sitting on the opposite side from usual. All of that tells me you've got something on your mind. And what tells me that it's making you miserable is that cloud of doom that's rising from you like a ground fog.
I cannot imagine that there are visible emanations which allow you to interpret my mood. You are making wild assumptions.
Maquis trainees getting you down.
I do not believe they are responding well to my instruction.
What seems to be the problem?
That is what I've been trying to determine. And I'm afraid I am at a loss. I have taught literally thousands of cadets, and I have never encountered these difficulties. My methods are sound and time-honored. I insist on strict adherence to rules and protocols, and never waver from that approach. I've always been successful in honing each cadet into a Starfleet officer.
Come with me. I want to show you something. These are teacup flowers. Beautiful and remarkably strong. The stem is flexible, possible to break, but occasionally on the same plant is a bloom whose stem is not so flexible. Here's one. And when the stem is brittle, it breaks.
You're saying the Maquis crew is rigid and inflexible, that they will never adjust to Starfleet rules.
No, Mr. Logan. I'm saying that you are rigid and inflexible. But maybe if you learn to bend a little, you might have better luck with your class. Those Maquis are Starfleet cadets. You can't treat them the same way. Get to know them. And try to find out what they're like inside. You might discover a better teaching method.
I'm not sure if I have the ability to find out what they're like inside. Mr. Neelix, what is that?
Ugh, grilled cheese. I made it from that split we brought on board last week. Ensign Ashmore asked for something called macaroni and cheese.
Cheese. You must cultivate bacteria to make cheese.
Of course.
Captain's log, stardate 48859.3. Lieutenant Tuvok has reported what may be a possible explanation for the infection in the bio-neural gel packs. I have asked Lieutenant Torres and her team to investigate Neelix's kitchen.
Get me a schematic of the airflow patterns for the whole ship.
The cheese is full of volatile bacterial spores. It has to stay isolated in this portable containment field.
What is this?
That's just a Lorellian pudding. It has to simmer for 4 hours.
The spores must have traveled through that intake and then into the ventilation system.
Where they were disseminated throughout the ship, subsequently infecting the bio-neural circuitry.
I feel awful about this. I assure you I had no idea.
More gel packs must be down. If this is getting to the environmental systems, we may be in more trouble than we thought. Neelix, this wasn't your fault. The important thing is that we found the source. Get the cheese to sick bay. The doctor should look at it as soon as possible.
Yes, Lieutenant.
You may break, Mr. Dalby. Okay. Do you play pool often?
Not really. I did when I was younger.
I've delivered another life support episode.
Do you have a family?
What is this all about?
Pardon?
This little exercise. Are we testing my social skills? Does Starfleet have rules about them too?
I had thought we could get to know each other. Perhaps then our relationship would function more smoothly.
Get to know each other? Okay. Here's the brief history of Kenneth Dalby. We lived on the Bajoran frontier. It was a hard life. I coped by getting into a lot of trouble. I was angry at everybody and everything. Till a woman came along and taught me about love. For a while, I wasn't angry anymore. Three Cardassians raped her and smashed her skull. I joined the Maquis and tried to slaughter as many of them as I could find. How about you? Any family?
I do. But there is nothing to report about them that would compare with your story. I've observed that you seem to be somewhat protective of Mr. Garrett. Have you formed a friendship with him?
No. He won't let me get close. First time I saw him, I thought I was looking at myself at that age. Thought maybe I could be a friend. Maybe he wouldn't turn out the way I did. I didn't have much luck. Then we got stuck out here. Being so far away from home is hard on somebody that young. So I'd appreciate it if you try not to make him any more miserable than he is already.
Commander Chakotay specifically recommended Mr. Garrett for this program. He felt that if the young man were able to learn new skills, to set goals, and accomplish them, it might go a long way toward making him feel better about himself.
That's why he's in this group?
It is our intention that the experience be positive for everyone.
If you say so.
Progress. This
But understand this, Lieutenant. I want to get to know you. And I don't want to be your friend.
This is the most pernicious infected agent I've ever seen. It systematically attacked every cell in the gel pack's biological matrix.
I've exposed it to every antibacterial agent we have available. It hasn't responded.
Sick bay to bridge. Captain, what seems to be happening?
We're losing more bioneural circuitry, Doctor. All systems are being affected. Please, tell me you have some good news about the treatment.
I'm afraid not. Frankly, I'm at a loss. But we'll keep trying.
Please do. Janeway out.
What I find curious is that these bacteria didn't show up in any of our diagnostic scans of the ship. But if the bacteria didn't spread from the cheese into the ship's systems, how did the gel packs get infected?
Haven't I read that viruses can live inside bacteria?
Of course, a virus. The bacteria could be hosts to the infectious virus. There are thousands of viruses so small they would have escaped detection.
So maybe we should try the antiviral agents on the gel packs.
It's certainly worth a try.
I think the inertial dampers are malfunctioning.